We all have a past story, the steps we've taken, the decisions we've made, the mistakes and successes we've accumulated. But have you ever asked yourself, does the past truly define who you are? Or can you be a different person, a better, stronger, more creative version of yourself today? The answer is certainly yes. The past is part of your journey, but it is not the end. It is merely the first steps toward a future that is still wide open. Each of us carries a past, but only those who understand that the past does not define them are truly free. Many people are stuck in old memories, in mistakes they've made, in missed opportunities. They limit themselves with thoughts like, what if I had done things differently? Would everything be different? Or, I can't change because of what I've done. These thoughts are a trap, and if you let the past control you, you will miss one important thing: your future. Let me remind you of this. You are not what you did. You are not your mistakes. You are not your wrong choices from the past. You are what you choose to become today. You have the power to redefine yourself. We cannot change what happened, but we can change how we view it. That is the greatest power each of us holds, the power to create ourselves. The most important thing is you don't have to carry the burdens of the past. The wounds from failures can hurt. The scars from broken relationships can make you weak, but no one can force you to carry them forever. You can decide to let go. You can choose to see the past as a lesson and move forward instead of letting it hold you back. Remember, every new day is an opportunity to start fresh. There are people who have made serious mistakes and torture themselves for them, but I assert that's not the way to move forward. No one is perfect. And if you look at the most successful people, you will see that they're not the ones who have never failed. On the contrary, they're the ones who know how to overcome failure. They learn from their mistakes, they rise after every fall, and continue moving forward. In fact, those failures are the stepping stones to the great success later on. Take Elon Musk, for example. Everyone knows him as the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, but few know that he has faced many failures. SpaceX, a space tech startup, encountered a series of challenges in its early days: failed rocket launches, unreturned investments, criticism from experts. All these things once put him on the brink of bankruptcy. But the key is that he didn't let that past define who he was. He didn't let those failures stop him, but kept working hard to make SpaceX one of the world's leading space companies. He knew that if he kept looking backward, he wouldn't be able to move forward. Not just Elon Musk, millions of others have proven that the past is not the end. The end only comes when you stop trying, when you allow yourself to be bound by your mistakes. You can learn from the past, but don't let it define your future. The future is in your hands. Every decision, every step, every action you take today can change your life tomorrow. Remember, the future is something you can grab if you dare to let go of what no longer serves you. This doesn't mean you deny the past. It's not that you don't learn from it, but if you don't live in it, you won't move forward if you keep looking back. Don't let past memories and wounds cast a shadow over the path ahead. We learn a lot from mistakes, but if you live with them, you'll never go far. Successful people are those who understand that every day is an opportunity to reinvent themselves, to learn and to experiment. They are not limited by what happened, but instead they focus on what they can do today. That's how they overcome difficulties. That's how they build the future. So if you feel bound by the past, stop and think about this. You have the power to change. You can reconsider everything and start over. Every day is an opportunity to recreate yourself. You are not the mistakes of the past. You are the decisions you make today. Step out of the shadow of the past and become the person you truly want to be. You can do it as long as you believe you can. Don't let the past hold you back. Let it be a lesson, not a barrier. Let go of what has passed and move forward where great opportunities are waiting for you. The world doesn't wait for you. Every second, every minute, every hour that passes is a new opportunity that is born, and it can be missed if you don't act immediately. In a world full of change and opportunity, if you hesitate or procrastinate, you will lose your chance. This may not be clear now, but when you look back after a few years, you'll realize that the delays, the moments when you stood still, caused you to miss important steps forward in your life. It's not because the world lacks opportunities, but because many of us keep waiting for the perfect moment, for the perfect preparation, for the ideal conditions to start acting. But the truth is, the perfect moment never comes. It is a mere illusion, an excuse to delay. a trap that keeps you from moving forward. Everything in life is constantly changing, and if you don't act, you will be left behind. You will only watch others move forward, and regret will gradually push you back. The world will never stop just because you're not ready. If you don't act now, the opportunity will leave and never return. Surely you've heard of successful people who had nothing at the start, no perfect preparation, and even lacked money or resources. They succeeded because they didn't wait for everything to be perfect before they began. They acted immediately, even when afraid, uncertain, but they understood one thing: action is the key to change. It's those who dare to face uncertainty, those who dare to step out of their comfort zones, who discover the greatest opportunities. Think of Elon Musk. When he started with SpaceX, no one believed he could send people to space, but he didn't let doubt and difficulty stop him. He didn't wait until he had enough money, resources, or all the perfect factors to pursue his dream. He started from nothing, with the belief that action, even if imperfect, is always better than doing nothing. If Musk had waited for perfect preparation, we surely wouldn't have SpaceX today. There is no absolute preparation in this world, only courage and action. If you wait for perfection, you will never have anything in your hands. The world will not stand still just because you're not ready. Every second, every minute that passes, everything changes. Technology changes, market demands change, and even people change. If you don't act now, you will be left behind while others move forward. Imagine if you're one of those people who always waits for the perfect conditions to start. You will just stand still, watching others achieve what you dream of. You will find yourself left behind. At that point, there will be no chance to turn back. When I built Tesla, no one believed in electric cars. Most people thought electric cars would never replace gasoline-powered ones. They said there was no market, no demand. But I didn't wait till everyone believed electric cars were the future. I didn't wait for the technology to be perfect. I simply took action. I believe the future is something we create with our own decisions, and action is the key to making that difference. When you decide to act right away, you not only change your life, but also have potential to change the world. If you wait too long, you'll see others have gone ahead of you, have started long ago, and now they're at the finish line while you're still at the starting point. This doesn't mean you don't need a plan, but a plan cannot replace action. You can plan all your life, but if you don't execute it, you will get nowhere. That's why action is more important than anything else. You may fear failure, you may worry about not succeeding or not doing it right, but remember, failure is not the stopping point. It is a step closer to success. Every failure is a learning opportunity, a valuable lesson. No one achieves success without experiencing failure. The difference is, successful people are those who don't give up after each fall. They get up, learn from their mistakes, and keep moving. They are the ones who make a difference in this world. Don't let fear and uncertainty hold you back. Only action can help you achieve success. Life is not a competition to see who can prepare the longest. It is a journey where the fast movers, the ones who take the first steps, win. You can't wait for the perfect opportunity, because when you wait, the opportunity will slip away. We all have pivotal moments in life, times when if we don't act immediately, we will miss out. Opportunities don't come twice, so take action while you still can. Don't wait for a time when everything is perfect. Acting today, even if you don't have everything you want, is still better than doing nothing. Every decision you make, every step you take will bring you closer to your goal. Don't let time pass without doing anything. The world doesn't wait for you, and you don't have the right to procrastinate your life. If you hesitate, you will miss valuable opportunities the world is offering you right now. Step outside your comfort zone, dare to challenge yourself, and take action right now. Because only when you act can you make a difference. And when you actually realize that nothing is ever perfect, but it will always be better when you start. In life, there is one thing we cannot avoid: failure. Everyone will face at least once in their life. But an important question you must ask yourself is, what will you do when you fail? Will you bow your head, give up, and continue blaming the circumstances? Or will you rise, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward? Remember, there is no progress without daring to fail. It is those failures, those setbacks that fuel your growth and create solid steps forward in your journey. Failure is not a bad thing. It is an essential part of the success process. You will never achieve anything great if you don't dare to take risks and don't dare to fail. If you only do safe things, things that you know for sure won't make you face failure, you will never discover your hidden potential. Success is not something easily obtained. and it doesn't come from smooth paths without obstacles. Every great success comes at the price of failures, difficulties you've overcome. If you never fail, you're probably living in your comfort zone, and that means you've never really challenged yourself at a higher level. Think about the most successful people in the world. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and thousands of others have all failed many times before achieving great success. Bill Gates dropped out of school and faced failure in the early days of his startup. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he founded, a failure few could overcome. But the important thing is they didn't let those failures defeat them. Instead, they viewed them as valuable lessons, stepping stones toward even greater success. They understood that failure is an inseparable part of their journey, and without failure, they wouldn't have the valuable lessons to continue growing. You cannot achieve success without daring to fail. We often tend to fear failure because of fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough, not being smart enough, or not being lucky enough. But these fears are the greatest barriers that prevent you from moving forward. View failure as part of the game, an opportunity for you to learn, to understand more about yourself and what you truly want. When you fail, you not only learn what to do, but also what not to do. This helps you avoid making the same mistakes in the future and increases your chances of success. Failure is not the end. It is merely a sign that you've tried something new. In fact, when you fail, you are almost on the verge of success. If you continue to persevere and don't give up, you will overcome those failures and move towards success. In life, we often get caught up in the desire for immediate results. We want to see the fruits right away and don't want to face long-term failures. But it's the long process, the repeated failures and rising again, that creates real success. When you're not afraid of failure, you have nothing to stop you from moving forward. We live in a world where results are often judged immediately. People love stories of quick success, famous brands with winning formulas, but that's just the surface. Behind that success is a long process of experimentation and failure. When you look at a successful person, don't just look at the final result, but look at the failures they faced. Every failure contains an important lesson that helps them move closer to the ultimate goal. If you don't have enough patience to overcome those failures, you will never achieve success. When I started building Tesla, no one believed in electric cars. People thought electric cars couldn't replace gasoline cars and would never be attractive enough to consumers. But I didn't give up. I went through many failures in the early years. The cars had problems, the company ran out of cash, and people criticized me. However, I didn't allow myself to quit. With each failure, I learned something new. And those failures helped Tesla become one of the largest car companies in the world. I learned that if you don't fail, you're not really testing yourself. We need to change the way we view failure. Don't see failure as something bad, but as an opportunity. Every failure is a chance to understand yourself better, what you can do, and what you need to improve. If you stop after every failure, you will never progress. But if you continue learning, experimenting, and fighting, you will get stronger every day. Failure is a great teacher. It doesn't just teach you what to avoid, but also helps you develop perseverance, patience, and mental strength. Successful people are those who never give up, who never let failure defeat them. They know that failure is not the end, but a part of their journey. If you want to be successful, you must learn to accept and face failure. Don't fear failure. Use it as a stepping stone to climb to the next level. And finally, don't forget that success is not something that comes instantly, but the result of a long process of trial and error. Don't fear failure because it will help you grow and get closer to your goal. Success is not about never failing, but the ability to rise after every fall and keep taking action. Learn from failure and never stop striving. In the journey of life, persistence is the key factor that helps you overcome all challenges, defeat doubt, and reach the heights you once dreamed of. Sometimes we may feel tired, stressed, or even discouraged when facing difficulties and repeated failures. But the important thing is not whether you encounter failure, but whether you persist in pursuing your goals. Persistence is the relentless determination to continue on the path you've chosen despite the tough challenges. If you want success, you need to learn how to persist with your goals, because success does not come easily, but through patience, determination, and constant effort. Life is never easy. Everyone has goals and dreams, but not everyone has the persistence to pursue them to the end. Many people give up halfway when they feel the road is too difficult, when they feel they've done everything but still haven't achieved results. But you must remember, success doesn't come from achieving your goals immediately. Success comes from persistence, from continuing to strive every day, even if the results aren't immediately visible. Think of the greatest people, those who have made a big difference in the world. They are not people who have never faced difficulties. They are people who never give up. They persist. They don't let failure make them abandon their dreams. It is their persistence that has helped them overcome all challenges, pass through tough moments, and eventually achieve admirable accomplishments. Why is persistence so important? Because every big goal goes through a long and difficult process. You cannot achieve a great accomplishment without persistence. Every step in the process of reaching your goal requires patience. Every time you stumble is an opportunity for you to learn and stand up stronger. If you give up as soon as you face difficulties, you will never achieve your goals. Persistence helps you overcome challenges. Keep believing in yourself and keep moving forward when things seem bleak. You may face moments of disappointment when you don't see results despite your efforts, but that is precisely when persistence should shine the most. Everyone likes quick success, but those quick successes don't have lasting value. Truly successful people know that success is a process, not an event. They know that each day is a small step forward, and persistence is the deciding factor in conquering big goals. Success doesn't come from luck or random opportunities. Success comes from persistence, from endurance and continuous effort. That's why when you persist with your goals, you'll have the strength to overcome any hardship and achieve what others think is impossible. Persistence also helps you develop resilience, the ability to overcome challenges without breaking down. In a world full of distractions and temptations, persisting with your goals helps you stay focused and directed. Every time you face a challenge, you can ask yourself, do I want to quit? Am I ready to continue on this path? And if you can answer yes, you'll find that your persistence not only helps you achieve your goals, but also helps you develop into a stronger person who can face any challenge in life. Look at the successful figures in history. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Henry Ford faced countless failures before founding Ford Motor Company and revolutionizing the automobile industry. These people share one common trait: they persisted. They didn't give up when faced with difficulties, but instead they saw every failure as a step closer to success. And that is how you can do it too. Every failure is not the end, but an opportunity for you to learn, improve, and move forward. The important thing is to understand that persistence is not only physical endurance, but also mental fortitude. When you persist with your goals, you not only need the strength to work, but also the mental power to overcome doubts, worries, and fatigue. You must keep faith in yourself and your abilities and in the goal you are striving towards. That will help you keep going when everything around you seems unstable, when you feel you're heading in the wrong direction. If you can persist in the toughest times, you'll be proud of yourself when you look back at your journey. Persistence is also a key factor in building self-confidence. Every time you continue working hard despite difficulties, you'll feel more confident in your abilities. This confidence will continue to grow as you witness the results that persistence brings. Persistence not only helps you achieve your goals, but also helps you realize that you can do anything if you don't give up. Every step forward, every challenge overcome, will be proof of your strength and capability. So, how do you maintain persistence when facing challenges and failure? First, you need to define clear goals. A vague goal will easily demotivate you when facing difficulties, but when you have a clear goal, you will know where you are heading and why you must persist. Second, you need to build habits that help you maintain persistence, whether it's exercising daily, reading, or working hard. These habits will help you stay motivated and continue moving forward. Finally, you need to constantly remind yourself why you started. These reasons will be the greatest motivation to keep you persistent throughout the journey. In every challenge, remember that persistence is the key to achieving success. Nothing comes easy, but if you don't give up, you'll find that everything becomes possible. Just keep persisting and you will achieve your goals and become the person you've always dreamed of. Each of us has dreams, burning desires that sometimes seem too distant, too difficult to achieve, but ask yourself, why not dream big? Dreaming big isn't just about lofty goals or seemingly unattainable dreams. Dreaming big is also about breaking the limits that society or even yourself have set. How will you know your limits if you don't challenge yourself to the fullest? When you dare to dream big, you not only open doors for yourself, but also open up opportunities you've never considered. Successful people aren't those who dare only to dream of safe things, but those who dare to dream about things that no one thought possible. They know that only by dreaming big can they make a real difference in their lives and in the world. Dreaming big is how you make your life meaningful and full of challenges. If you only dream of small things, you'll never see the limitless potential that you can achieve. Um, People who dream big have one thing in common. They are not afraid of failure. They are not afraid to face uncertainty, and they are not afraid of going against societal norms. That's why they make great changes, breakthroughs that the world must recognize. Dreaming big doesn't mean living in illusion. It means daring to look at what's possible, what others think is impossible, and doing everything to make it a reality. When you dare to dream big, you dare to act, you dare to face every challenge without letting doubt or fear stop you. Each step on your dream path will be proof of the power of dreaming big. Certainly, there will be times when you feel tired, discouraged, and questions will rise in your mind. Can I really achieve this? But at those moments, you need to remind yourself that the most successful people in history were those who faced doubts and difficult challenges. If you think you can't achieve great things, you are limiting yourself. Remember, no one can set limits for you unless you set them for yourself. Everyone has the ability to overcome challenges, break through barriers that the world creates, but to do that, you must dare to dream about things others consider impossible. Dreaming big means setting higher goals, overcoming fears, and never giving up when facing difficulties. When you dare to dream big, you will see that opportunities you never thought of will open up. Dreaming big is not only a personal step, but also a way to influence the world around you. A person who dares to dream big will inspire others, creating changes that the community and society can benefit from. Look at the great examples in history, those who made a real difference in society. Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb, never thought he should stop at just one type of light bulb. He dreamed of a brighter world, and that dream changed the way we live. Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX and Tesla, didn't just dream of making electric cars. He dreamed of a future without emissions, a world that could live on Mars. Each of their big dreams wasn't just about what they could do, but about how they wanted the world to be. When you dare to dream big, you not only change your life, but also change the lives of millions of others. The important thing is that you should never fear failure. Every failure is a stepping stone that brings you closer to success. People who dare to dream big share one thing in common. They never give up. Every fall is not an end, but an opportunity for them to rise stronger and continue their journey. You may not know right now where you will end up, but if you dare to dream big and dare to act, you will discover an amazing road ahead waiting for you. Never let today's limits stop you from achieving great things in the future. Imagine a world where each of us dares to dream big and pursue our dreams without fearing failure. That world will be filled with creativity, breakthroughs, and opportunities we've never thought of. If you dare to dream big, you don't only change your life, but create a profound impact on those around you. Can you imagine what you could do if you weren't afraid of failure, if you dared to pursue the dreams you once thought were impossible? Big dreams are not distant things, but achievable goals if you have the courage to walk down that path. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Don't let fears make you quit. Dream big and act big. That's how you create a memorable life, a life full of meaning and impact those around you. And daring to dream big isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about creating a world where all of us can reach the seemingly impossible. Every step you take will be an inspiration to others. And when you dare to dream big, you will create a future you never dared to imagine. Confidence is the solid foundation that helps you overcome any challenge in life. It's not just a good feeling about yourself, but a latent strength that can change the way you view the world and how you face difficulties. Confidence is not something innate, but a process built from self-awareness, self-acceptance, and trust in your own abilities. When you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you from achieving the big goals you set, but confidence is not always easy to attain. In a world full of challenges and doubts, maintaining confidence is no small feat. However, confidence is the most important thing you can own because it's the key that opens all doors of opportunity in life. Confidence is not self-satisfaction or arrogance, but a firm belief that you can face any challenge and that you have the ability to overcome it. When you believe in yourself, you won't fear failure, you won't fear uncertainty, and you'll always be ready to move forward, no matter how many difficulties you face. Confidence doesn't come from perfection, but from accepting yourself with all your strengths and weaknesses. To be confident, You need to learn to see yourself truthfully, not judge yourself based on the standards of others or society's negative opinions. Confidence is knowing who you are, what you have, and what you can do. It's the ability to recognize your strengths without hiding or feeling inferior about your weaknesses. When you trust your abilities, you will realize that every difficulty can be overcome and every goal can be achieved. The most important thing is that you will never be afraid of challenges because you know you have the ability to face them. Each of us has our own special abilities. No matter who you are, you have strengths and talents that you may not have noticed yet. Confidence is recognizing that while you may not be good at everything, you have a unique ability that no one can replace. In fact, no one is born perfect, but if you know how to leverage your strengths and accept your shortcomings, you'll build an unshakable confidence. Don't let doubt or criticism from others make you feel insecure. Everyone has their own views and judgments, but what they think about you is not as important as what you think about yourself. You are the only one who can define your value, and if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Confidence is not just a positive feeling about yourself, but an essential factor that helps you go far in your career, life, and relationships. When you are confident, you can easily face challenges, take risks, and create opportunities for yourself. You won't fear failure, and instead, you'll learn from each failure to become stronger. In work, confidence helps you stand firm in difficult situations, making you more decisive and capable of persuading others. In life, confidence helps you build better relationships, connect easily with those around you, and not fear expressing yourself. So, how do you build confidence? First, you need to be clear and honest with yourself. Recognize your strengths and focus on them instead of trying to perfect your weaknesses. No one is perfect, and you don't need to be perfect to succeed. Second, learn to accept yourself. This means you don't need to change yourself to meet others' expectations. Love and respect yourself with all your strengths and flaws. When you accept yourself, you will feel freer to express who you are and no longer fear others' judgment. Third, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own journey, and you can't measure your worth by others' successes or failures. Remember that you are unique and you can create your own value without mimicking anyone else. Confidence comes from trusting your own ability and uniqueness. Finally, always keep learning and improving. Confidence is not a fixed state, but an ongoing process. When you learn, challenge yourself, and break through your limits, you will feel more confident in your abilities. There is nothing that makes you stronger than knowing you can learn and grow every day. Confidence is not something you are born with, but the result of a long process. It comes from learning to love and accept yourself, learning from mistakes, and continually improving. Most importantly, confidence helps you dare to dream big, challenge yourself, and not fear failure. Confidence is the first step to conquering all your goals in life. When you believe in yourself, everything becomes possible. Confidence is the key that opens doors you never imagined. So never doubt your abilities and always believe that you can do anything if you dare to believe in yourself. Life does not wait for you, and opportunities never stand still waiting for you to be ready. Stop for a moment and think about this. If you continue to delay, if you keep letting fear or uncertainty prevent you from acting, you will miss out on valuable opportunities that life is offering you right now. Time is something you can never get back, and every moment you hesitate is a moment you've lost. Have you ever asked yourself, if I don't act right now, how much longer will I have to wait? Every opportunity, whether big or small, only comes once, and if you don't seize it, it will pass you by without looking back. You cannot keep waiting for the perfect moment to act because the perfect moment never comes. Act today because today is the only opportunity you can control. Just like in life, we cannot live forever with excuses to delay. Every day you don't act is a day you miss out on the chance to move forward. Acting now is not just about doing something, but about realizing and accepting that you cannot change the past, but you can control your future by acting in this very moment. If you don't act, you won't make progress. You won't achieve what you want. This world is moving at a fast pace, and if you don't dare to act now, you will be left behind. Successful people are not those who wait for perfect conditions. They are those who dare to walk, even when the path ahead is unclear, who dare to try and fail, and most importantly, who dare to act. One of the reasons many people don't act is because they are afraid, they fear failure, criticism, and that what they do won't be good enough. But remember, fear is just a temporary feeling. It is not the truth. What matters is not what you are afraid of, but what you do despite the fear. Fear is normal, but if you let fear stop you, you will remain stuck forever. Be courageous in facing fear and act, because action is the only way to overcome fear and move forward. One of the biggest mistakes many people make is procrastination. They have dreams, they have plans, but they don't act immediately. They wait for the perfect time. They wait until everything is just right and fully prepared. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. Acting now is about courage, stepping out of your comfort zone, and believing that you can do great things even when you're not ready. Wait for everything to be perfect, you'll never start. The world doesn't allow you to wait too long. Every second you hesitate is a second you miss. Start acting now, even if it's just a small step. Every action, no matter how small, will make a big impact in the future. You don't need to have all the answers from the beginning. You just need to start. And once you begin, you'll see that things will gradually become clearer. Just like learning a new skill, you won't be good at it right away, but if you start practicing, you will improve over time. Action is the only way to turn your dreams into reality. Successful people don't wait for opportunities, they create them. And to do that, you must act now. There's no reason to delay anymore. Don't let negative thoughts or fears make you abandon your dreams. If you don't start now, you'll continue living in if and what if, and so you'll realize that precious years have passed without you doing anything to change your life. You look at the great successes in history, you'll see that all great people share one thing. They dared to act when the opportunity arose. Thomas Edison, when inventing the light bulb, didn't wait for a perfect breakthrough. He experimented and learned from thousands of failures before succeeding. Steve Jobs also didn't wait for a perfect product. He started with a computer and built an Apple empire that the world admires. These people weren't waiting for the ideal time. They were people who acted from the start and never gave up. You too may not have all the answers right now, but if you act, you will find a way to solve the problems and move forward. Don't fear failure, because failure is just a part of the learning process. Every time you fail, you'll learn something new, and that will bring you closer to your goal. Don't let the fear of failure stop you. In fact, if you don't dare to fail, you will never know your true potential. When you act now, you're not just changing your life, but you can make a big impact on those around you. Your actions can inspire others to act and achieve what they desire. So don't wait any longer. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Start acting now, because only by acting can you change your life. Opportunities won't wait for you forever. Grab them when they come. There is no path to success without facing failures. This is a truth that each of us must face. Failure is not a bad thing. It is a part of the success process. If you do not fail, you probably haven't really pushed yourself hard enough. Failure is a valuable lesson, an essential stepping stone that each of us needs to go through in order to grow and get closer to our goals. Success is not something that comes immediately or easily. It is the result of a long journey in which failure plays a crucial role. When you fail, you learn things you cannot learn from success. Failure teaches you patience, teaches you how to rise after each fall, and most importantly, teaches you how to overcome yourself. Surely no one wants to fail, but if you don't try, if you don't dare to step out of your comfort zone, you will never know your true potential. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to know what needs to change and adjust in your life. No failure is meaningless. Every stumble is a step closer to your goal. Remember, successful people are not those who have never failed, but those who know how to learn from their failures and rise after each fall. Therefore, do not fear failure, because failure is just a part of the process you are going through. If you look at the great innovators, those who have changed the world, you will see one common thing. They have failed many times. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, went through over 1,000 failed experiments before succeeding. But instead of giving up, he said, "I have not failed. I have just found 1,000 ways that won't work." This statement perfectly reflects the essence of failure. It is the step closer to the ultimate goal. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, was fired from the company he founded, but he didn't let this failure knock him down. Instead, he persisted with his dream and ultimately made Apple one of the most successful tech companies in the world. They all understand that failure is not the end, but an essential part of the success journey. It is failure that helped them learn and grow, showing them what needs to be improved to get closer to their goal. In reality, no success is easily achieved, and no one achieves success without going through failures. If you always choose the safe path, if you always avoid risks and challenges, you will never know your true potential. Failure will always be part of the journey, and you cannot avoid it. But what matters is how you face failure. You can let failure knock you down, or you can see it as an opportunity to learn, improve, and walk stronger. The successful people are those who know how to view failure positively, how to learn from each fall and keep pushing forward. Success doesn't come from never failing, but from never giving up after each failure. This does not mean you must accept failure blindly, but that you must learn how to rise after every fall and not let past mistakes stop you from moving forward. Every failure, no matter how painful, brings valuable lessons. You will learn patience, hard work, and most importantly, how to face uncertainty. When you face failure, you will realize that success doesn't come from what you initially have, but from how you handle the challenges along the way. You may fail, but you never fail in learning and improving yourself. One of the most important things failure teaches you is perseverance. Those who never give up after each failure are the ones who will ultimately achieve success. They understand that failure is not the end, but just one step in the long, challenging journey. If you stop after each failure, you will never progress. Let failure become motivation and inspiration to keep persevering and striving harder. Another thing failure brings is humility. When you fail, you realize that no one is perfect and nothing is certain in life. You will learn to be more humble, to reassess mistakes, and adjust your actions. This humility will help you grow and bring you closer to your goal. We all know that life is not always smooth, and sometimes we face great challenges, but these challenges help us grow, making us realize that each failure brings new opportunities to learn and improve. Failure is not a bad thing. It is just a part of the journey, something essential for achieving great things. Finally, remember that failure is inevitable. It is a part of success, and no one can avoid it. More importantly, you need to learn how to overcome failure, learn from it, and keep moving forward. If you can do this, you will see that success is not a destination, but a journey you go through. And throughout that journey, failure is the valuable lesson that helps you grow and move forward. Always remember that failure is not a stopping point, but a stepping stone that brings you closer to great success. In a world full of standards and patterns, doing things your way instead of following others is not always easy. From a young age, we are taught to follow rules, to do what society or others expect in order not to be excluded and to fit in. But have you ever asked yourself if doing things the way others do really helps you live the life you want? Have you ever felt exhausted from living up to standards that are not yours? From walking the path that others have laid out for you instead of finding your own way? Sometimes we get trapped in views and methods that society or those around us impose. But the truth is, true success doesn't come from following someone else's path. Success comes from daring to do things your way, thinking differently, and more importantly, acting on what you believe is right, even if others may not understand or support you. Remember, no one can live your life but you, and only when you start living your own way will you feel true freedom, fulfillment, and happiness. When you dare to do things your way, you begin to discover infinite possibilities within yourself that you may not have recognized before. Your path may not resemble anyone else's, but that's what makes you unique and valuable. There's no universal formula for success, and no path is suitable for everyone. Each of us has our own strengths, aspirations, and unique talents. Don't let what others do affect how you live your life. But when you stop copying others, you stop being yourself. You lose your uniqueness and allow others' expectations to control your life. This will only lead to disappointment because you can't fully live with something that's not truly yours. Success doesn't come from following others. It comes from standing up, from going after what you believe in and acting decisively. When you do things your way, you will feel free, no longer bound by unrealistic expectations or societal prejudices. Trust yourself. Trust the path you've chosen. When you live your life authentically, you don't just achieve success, you can inspire others. The most successful people in the world are those who have followed their own paths, regardless of the advice or opposition from others. They are not limited by rules or societal standards. They dare to experiment, dare to change, and dare to fail, then stand up and continue on the path they've chosen. Steve Jobs is a prime example. He did not follow the conventional rules of the tech industry. Instead of focusing on copying existing products, he created and brought about great innovations with products like the iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. Jobs didn't see technology as something to improve what already existed, but as something that could completely change the way people live and work. Had Jobs followed others, if he had just copied products already on the market, Apple would likely never have become the global icon it is today. Similarly, Elon Musk did not follow others when developing Tesla and SpaceX. Instead of following the traditional auto industry's path, he dared to experiment with electric cars, an idea that was seen as too bold at the time. He dared to dream of a future where people use clean energy and could travel to space. These initiatives were not easy, and many were skeptical of them, but Musk didn't listen to criticism or doubt. He believed in his path and relentlessly pursued his goals. Today, Tesla and SpaceX are not only advanced tech companies, but also symbols of innovation and exploration. This proves that if you don't dare to do things your way, you will never achieve great accomplishments. One reason many people don't dare to follow their own way is that they fear criticism or judgment. In today's society, being judged and criticized is inevitable, especially when you do something different. But you must remember that if you don't stand up and do things your way, you will always be just an ordinary person with nothing special. But if you dare to be different, to do things your way, you will make a unique mark and leave a significant impact. Don't fear being different. Difference is what creates your value. One important thing you need to remember is that no one can live your life but you. Criticisms from others are just personal opinions and cannot define your value and goals. If you don't believe in yourself and don't act your way, you'll always be part of the crowd with nothing remarkable. Dare to live your life your way, follow your path, and don't let doubt or fear hold you back. Don't fear failure, don't fear being different, and don't fear criticism. Success doesn't come from following others. It comes from daring to do things your way despite all the difficulties and challenges. When you dare to live your way, you don't just live a meaningful life, you create a far-reaching influence on those around you. Those around you will look to you and draw inspiration from you. Therefore, believe in yourself and dare to follow your own path. Never do things like others, do things your way, because only when you do things your way can you achieve the things you've always dreamed of. Patience and passion are two essential elements that help you overcome all the challenges in life. They are not natural traits that you have from the start. Rather, they are qualities that you must cultivate and maintain every day in order to achieve the big goals you have set for yourself. Passion is the inner fire that drives you forward, while patience is the strength that helps you persist and not give up even when faced with difficulty, failure, or frustration. Without either of these qualities, the road to success will be unclear and filled with challenges. Passion is not just a fleeting liking or excitement. It is a burning fire, a firm belief that you can do it, that you can change the world, no matter how difficult the path may be. When you are passionate about something, you will not feel tired or discouraged during the pursuit of it. You will be able to continue no matter how many obstacles you face. Passion is the motivation, the reason you wake up every morning, the thing that keeps you going despite failures. In reality, passion is not easy to maintain. When working with passion, there will be times when you feel tired, frustrated, and want to give up. However, if you don't give up and continue to follow your passion, you will find that the power of passion not only helps you overcome challenges, but also fuels you during the toughest times. But passion can only reach its full potential when combined with patience. Patience is essential to maintaining passion and not giving up when facing difficulty. Every success takes time. Nothing comes quickly. Sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you must patiently overcome difficult periods before seeing results. Patience is what keeps you from quitting during challenging moments when things don't go as planned. When you combine passion with patience, you can persist through hardships and eventually reach your goal. Patience is the understanding that valuable things don't come instantly. Every day you spend on your work, even if it's a small step, brings you closer to your destination. Patience helps you keep your goal in mind, even if things don't go smoothly at first. The most successful people in life are not those who have never faced difficulty, but those who persist and don't give up when encountering failure. Don't let early struggles make you give up on your passion. Failures are valuable lessons you need to learn in order to grow. Each failure is an opportunity to realize what needs to change and to adjust your approach. You will learn a lot from each mistake, and these lessons will make you stronger. Remember, no success is easy to achieve. Every success requires sacrifice, persistence, and passion. Passion is the fire, but patience is the perseverance that keeps the fire burning. Without passion, you will easily quit, but without patience, you will not reach the end of the road you have chosen. From a small idea, if you have passion and patience, you can make it a reality, and in the end, you will create great value. A prime example is the career of Walt Disney. He didn't start with favorable conditions. Throughout his entrepreneurial journey, he faced many difficulties, from being fired for lack of creativity to failures in attracting investment for major projects. But he never gave up. His passion for creating a magical world helped him overcome all challenges. Disney patiently pursued his dream, and in the end, he founded a global entertainment empire. Disney's success is a testament to the importance of combining passion and patience. Nothing valuable comes without patience. In life, we often wish for immediate results, but the reality is important things, great achievements always take time to form. Patience is what helps you go all the way, keeping your faith and working hard even when results are not immediately visible. Patience is the recognition that every great success requires a long process and challenges to overcome. Everyone loves quick success, but the truth is sustainable and long-term success comes from consistent efforts over time. Success doesn't come from rushed steps, but from steady steps, one at a time. And that's the value of patience. Passion helps you start, but patience helps you continue. A big goal can't be achieved overnight, but if you have passion and patience, you will succeed. Remember, no path is easy, and no success comes without paying a price. But if you know how to combine passion and patience, you will have the strength to overcome all difficulties and achieve what you want. Every challenge, every failure is an opportunity to grow and improve yourself. Patience is what helps you not give up when things seem unfavorable. Passion is the drive that keeps you fighting every day. When you have both of these elements, nothing can stop you from achieving success. And finally, when you look back on your journey, you will realize that it was passion and patience that helped you reach the heights you once dreamed of. In a world that is constantly changing, continuous improvement is the key factor that determines the survival and growth of individuals, organizations, or businesses. To go far and maintain your position in life and work, you must always seek opportunities to improve, to renew yourself, and to continuously enhance your value. Improvement is not only about doing better than what you have done, but also about changing your mindset, expanding your capabilities, and reinventing the habits and processes you have followed for so long. To succeed in any field, you must be ready to change and adapt to those changes. Nothing is perfect, and no one can achieve perfection from the start. Successful people are those who understand that improvement is an ongoing process, the continuous development of themselves and the work they do. They do not stop when they achieve a small accomplishment, but always look forward, setting new goals, new challenges to continue moving forward. Continuous improvement is a mindset, an attitude that you need to develop from the moment you begin anything. It is not just about seeking small improvements in your work, but about constantly enhancing yourself, developing creative thinking, and learning from mistakes and failures. If you think that once you achieve a success, you can stop and enjoy the results, you will quickly be left behind. This world is always changing with new challenges and opportunities, and if you do not continuously improve, you will be easily replaced by others who are ready to move forward and adapt. Continuous improvement means recognizing that nothing is perfect forever, and every day is an opportunity to get better. This doesn't mean you have to change everything suddenly, but it's about constantly seeking opportunities to refresh, to find more efficient ways to achieve your goals. Step by step, continuous improvement will help you progress and reach greater successes. Continuous improvement also means you are never satisfied with what you have achieved. Successful people are not those who have never failed, but those who never stop learning and improving themselves. They continuously seek opportunities to work better, to be more creative, and to achieve higher goals. Most importantly, they know that this process of improvement will never end, so they keep striving to develop. In an increasingly competitive world, only those who continuously improve can survive and thrive. Imagine if large companies like Apple, Google, or Tesla stopped improving and didn't work to refresh their products. Would they be able to maintain their positions in the market? That's why every individual and organization needs to have a mindset of continuous improvement to ensure they always lead and do not fall behind. Continuous improvement also helps you never become bored with familiar habits, jobs, or ways of doing things. It encourages you to experiment, be creative, and find new ways to solve problems. This not only helps you achieve better results, but also keeps your motivation and passion alive in your work. If you don't improve and grow, your work will quickly become monotonous, and you'll lose enthusiasm and excitement in what you do. To maintain creativity and productivity in your work, you need to always look for new methods, different approaches, and challenge yourself. Sometimes improvement comes not only from learning from others, but also from reflecting on yourself, reviewing what you've done and finding ways to improve them. Every mistake, every failure is an opportunity for you to learn and gain valuable lessons. Instead of letting failures discourage you, see them as part of the self-improvement process. Continuous improvement is also an ongoing process in developing skills and abilities. When you learn, you not only gain knowledge, but also improve your ability to work more efficiently. Every time you experiment with a new idea, you will understand more about your limits and learn how to overcome them. Your skills will never be perfected if you don't continuously learn and practice. Continuous improvement is an essential part of anyone's journey to success. Never stop, never think you are good enough. When you stop, you lose the opportunity to grow and improve. Always strive to improve yourself and your work. You may not change immediately, but every small step in the improvement process will bring you closer to your goal. Continuous improvement not only benefits the individual, but also has a positive impact on your surroundings. When you constantly improve yourself, you will become an inspiration to others. They will learn from you, looking at you to see that continuous effort and improvement are the only ways to achieve success. Continuous improvement is a mindset that you need to develop throughout your life. It's the belief that every day is a new opportunity to be better, to achieve greater things. When you continuously improve, you not only change yourself, but also change the world around you. Look at the successful people. They are always the ones who know that every day is an opportunity to improve, to do better, to be more creative. And that's what has helped them create great changes, not only in their personal lives, but also in their communities and the world. Continuous improvement is the key to sustainable success and fulfillment in life. Start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Every small step on the path of improvement will bring you closer to your goal. The future is not something that will come naturally. It is the result of the actions, decisions, and efforts you make right now. Every second that passes is an opportunity for you to shape your future. If you want to create the future you dream of, you must start taking action today, right now, not wait for the perfect moment or when everything is perfect. The past is gone, the present is what you have, and the future is something you can create with firm steps right now. Everything in life starts with the actions you take in the present. Do not let thoughts about the past or worries about the future stop you from acting. You are the only one who can create your own future. When you set clear goals, plan, and begin to take action, you will see that nothing is impossible. The future is not a destination you wait for, but a process you proactively create. It is the result of the choices you make, the habits you form, and the decisions you make every day. Every action, whether small or large, has a powerful impact on your future. You can't change the past, but you can change your future by acting now. If you always hesitate, if you always wait for the perfect time, you will never move forward. Your future will forever be out of reach. But if you start now, even with just one small step, you will feel the change in your future. Don't think that you need to do everything immediately or perfectly. The future is created from consistent actions, no matter how small. Every step you take brings you closer to your goal, and every experiment, every failure is a valuable lesson along the way. Creating the future also means you have to dare to dream big and take action. No one can create a great future without daring to think differently, break the mold, and face uncertainty. The future you create is not a copy of someone else's, but a unique story of your own. It is built from passion, dreams, and relentless perseverance. Never let anyone tell you that you can't create the future you desire. Only you have the right to decide your life. Every step you take on that path, whether a failure or success, is part of building your future. We cannot always predict the future, but we can shape it through what we do and believe today. The future is not something you can clearly see right now, but it will gradually emerge as you continue to act. If you want to change your future, you must change how you live right now. You cannot wait for something beyond your control to happen. You must take the initiative to create opportunities for yourself. The future is not a gift you receive, but the result of the efforts you put in every day. You are the only one who can determine your own path. The world will never stop to wait for you to be ready. Every day is an opportunity for you to create the future you dream of. You can completely change your life if you dare to dream big and act now. No one can create the future for you but you. Ask yourself, are you living according to what you truly want? Are you investing enough in what really matters to build your future? If the answer is no, then now is the time to start taking action. One of the reasons many people can't create the future they desire is because they don't have enough belief in themselves. They fear failure, fear being judged, fear that they cannot achieve what they want. But the truth is, those who succeed are not those who are not afraid, but those who dare to act despite their fear. When you take action, you not only create the future for yourself, but also have a positive impact on those around you. Now, you never know how today's actions will change your life and the lives of others. Creating the future is not just about building success for yourself, but also about creating opportunities for others. When you strive to rise, you'll become an inspiration to others, helping them realize that they too can create the future they want. Every action you take will not only change your life, but will also impact the community and the world around you. Creating the future also means you must accept change. The future is not something fixed that you can only look at once. The future is built through every small choice and change in your daily life. You need to have a flexible mindset, always ready to change and adjust your path when necessary. If you're not ready to change, you cannot create the future you want. Every step on that path is an opportunity to learn, grow, and renew yourself. The future is not a destination you wait for, but a journey you proactively draw from your decisions and actions. To create the future, you can't just dream about it. You have to act to turn those dreams into a reality. You need to have a plan, a clear vision, and an unwavering determination to execute it. Yeah, the future you dream of can only become reality when you work hard every day, when you keep moving forward. Don't let anything stop your progress. Remember, the future is not a destination, but a journey you create every day. What matters is not what goal you achieve in life, but how you live throughout that journey. So today, take action. Create your future from the small steps you take today, and you will see that great achievements are not impossible. Your future is in your hands. Seize it.